Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, and welcome to your psychic crystal reading for the full moon in Capricorn on June 28th, 2018. This time I'm going to, as usual, look into my crystal and give you predictions and messages from my spirit guides and how your element will be affected by this full moon in Capricorn. The elements are earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. And the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So we'll see what comes up for you guys, and hopefully everybody has some great energy from this full moon in Capricorn. The first element I'm going to start with is Earth. You're going to have a lot to do, so you Earth signs, some of you, and a lot to say. This full moon is going to drive this up. You're going to be working out details and going over fine print. It could be fine print of legal documents. It could be fine print of work that you're doing or something you're submitting somewhere. It's some type of fine print. Wow, some of you Earth signs, it's like watch out, because there's going to be some kind of loop-de-loop stuff going on. So you may experience some, I don't know if I want to say crazy happenings going on, but like surprising events, wacky occurrences going on. And keep in mind that the energies of this full moon can last 2 weeks, or it can last until the next full moon in July, which will be a full moon lunar eclipse. Some of you Earth signs are going to be taking out old things, examining them, and getting rid of them. It could be old photographs, old books, old manuals, old pieces of equipment, old clothes, old pots and pans, whatever is old, and it's almost like, I feel like you're digging through some old boxes that maybe got wet, or they're just dog-eared, or stuff's been stored. Could be even in a storage unit, because I see you going through these boxes and you're like, oh my gosh, look at this old stuff, and you're either donating it or trashing it. This full moon, for some of you Earth signs, is going to drive up in you that you want to speak up and say something. So if you've had something that's been brewing, or a situation that's been irking you, or you've been biting your tongue for a while, don't be surprised if you blurt stuff out because of this full moon, because it comes up like there's stuff you want to say, and I think you're going to say it. That's how it comes up for some of you Earth signs. You know, I see some of you Earth signs kind of standing your ground or being on guard and watching things crumble and fall around you. So I know that sounds dramatic, but listen to astrologers. I mean, I'm just telling you what I'm getting on the crystal, but I've heard some astrologers say some drastic things about what's going on, and not just because of this full moon. Saturn retrograde is affecting this full moon too, and we are in Mars retrograde, so this is probably compiling it. Some of you Earth signs may have made some claims about something that you're going to have to substantiate. So you may have to prove or substantiate claims that you've made, or you may feel like somebody, a group, an organization, a business, or a person has to substantiate some claims that they've made to you. So just keep that in mind. I do see some of you Earth signs feeling a little angry. This full moon triggering some anger. Some other Earth signs, your feelings are going to be uptight, or tight or uptight. And some of you Earth signs are going to be very determined to stake your claim to something. Could be a piece of property, could be a person, could be a job. So just have to see how it plays out for you earth signs. Now I'm looking into the element of water. This would be Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Some of you water signs are going to be getting out of debt. This full moon is going to, maybe you're going to get some kind of cash, or you recently got a raise or a check or some kind of money came to you, and now you're going to get out of some debt that you're in, or pay off a debt. Some of you water signs are going to feel like you're upside down, like things are upside down and all over the place. Like, ooh, I get you like giddy, like, or like you're doing things and then you may feel wacky and crazy, or whatever you're doing goes wacky and crazy, like topsy-turvy, twists and turns. Things aren't going necessarily as planned. Wacky things are going to pop up. So some of you water signs are going to experience that. Some of you earth signs are water signs, don't write me below. I am focusing on water. Are going to be reminiscing about the past. And maybe feeling a little sad, sorrowful, or remorseful about the past. And maybe a little nostalgic and melancholy. That's for some of you water signs. You know, some of you water signs are going to feel like material things are going to stop mattering to you so much. You may feel like, you know, maybe somebody's had a health crisis, or you have in your life, and now you're like, you know what, having possessions or material things doesn't fill a void, or it's not giving me pleasure, or it's just making me go in debt. You may start to look at the lack of importance of material things. That's for some of you water signs. Some of you water signs definitely have situations that are going to play out in very unexpected ways for you. And as I said earlier for the earth signs, these effects could last for 2 weeks or until the next full moon in July, which is a lunar eclipse. I see this full moon in Capricorn making some of you water signs stand your ground and want to stay put also, like digging your heels in and wanting to stay put, and standing your ground comes up for some of you. I see some of you water signs feeling like this full moon in Capricorn is going to make you feel like you're on an emotional swing. You could have mood swings, or a lot of emotional swing going on here. Some of you water signs will feel like you have to do everything twice, or like doing things over, like you do it, then you got to do it over again. Now, you may have already been experiencing this, some of you, because this energies can also happen before this full moon actually occurs. Some of you water signs are going to feel kind of needy, or a little clingy, or, you know, wanting to stay close to somebody, or looking for security, and wanting to be part of a crowd or with other people. Not really feeling like you want to be isolated or alone. So now I'm going to look into the element of fire. This would be the Aries, Leos, and Sagittarians. I see some of you fire signs telling people to stop arguing with you. You may have that kick up. Some of you fire signs are going to find yourself in the position of peacemaker. So this could be at work, family situations, friends. It doesn't matter who's doing it, but you may be the one having to be the peacemaker. Ooh, some of you are going to be spitting out the truth. And it may come out in the form of gossip, or you're just going to unexpectedly blurt it out and say the truth about something. And not that you aren't telling the truth normally, but it's something is unique about it, or it's like maybe it's something that just wasn't recognized or said, or you never said it before, or other people didn't know about it, but I get you like blurting out the truth. I see some of you fire signs feeling like this full moon in Capricorn is anxiety provoking. You're not the first group of signs to feel that way. And wanting it to end. So you may be very well aware of planetary energies, not just of this full moon, of other things going on in the cosmos around us right now. And what it's like, I see you feeling it and saying, oh, I want this to end. Some of you fire signs are going to do the, oh, I wish I didn't do that, or I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said that. So you're going to have the I shouldn't haves. So just keep that in mind over the course of the next 2 weeks and even till the next full moon. That if your intuition kicks up and tells you, gives you a trigger that you feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this, but then you just go against it and do it anyway. Follow your intuition, because I feel like some of you may have some kind of regrets. I see some of you fire signs digging into information, figuring out anything that's a puzzle. So if there's anything that you're working on and that you're trying to figure out or has been complicated to you, you are going to be trying to figure it out. And this, it could be secrets or things that are hidden, or it could just be simply, maybe you're trying to start your own website and you're like, this is confusing, I need to figure it out. Or I'm going to, join some club or organization, but I need more information and I have to figure it out. That kind of energy swirls around some of you fire signs. Some of you fire signs are going to show up for something late. It could be work, it could be a wedding, it could be some important event, it could be to a party. I feel that some of you fire signs may actually be putting up with people's nonsense that you normally wouldn't, which is a little weird, but I see you biting your tongue, or some of you, because some of you aren't going to do this, but some of you I see you putting up with stuff. Maybe you figure it's best to just let things roll and go by. Some of you may have a new relationship that pops up out of nowhere from this full moon in Capricorn. I'm actually surprised to hear that. Now I'm looking into the element of air. This is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This full moon in Capricorn is going to have some of you air signs doing things differently than you normally did. You may change the way you work, or the way you go to work, or the way you handle things in the house, or the way you deal with people. You're changing the way you normally handle or do things. Some of you air signs are going to feel like you're dealing with so many people, it's aggravating. So maybe you have to go to a work seminar, or a whole bunch of new people came into work, or it's a party that you don't know anybody, or the people that are at the party are annoying, or I just see you having to deal with so many people and you feel like annoyed or a little aggravated about it. You got to be careful of your energy, air signs, because some of you kind of have something a little bit like the fire signs. Like some of you may blurt some truths out, but I get you may be on edge and you could hurl insults out at some people unexpectedly. I also see some of you getting rid of things, like purging stuff. You may be trying to straighten things out and organize things. Maybe not even maybe throwing some things out, but really organizing is a big theme for some of you air signs. Some of you are going to be justifying your actions, and you're going to be make a declaration or claim, or just doing it and not saying it, that there's people you're not going to talk to anymore, or there's some people that you don't want to deal with anymore, or that you're going to greatly distance yourself from with the energies of this full moon, don't write below, full moon in Capricorn. Because every time I misspeak, people jump all over me, and I am focusing. Some of you air signs are going to be longing or wishing that you had more time to spend with someone, or you're missing someone. It could even be missing somebody that's on the other side that's deceased. That's possible for some of you. Some of you, I see, it's going to be easy for you to get things done, and you are going to be flying through your normal duties or tasks, or even if you're, if you're one of the ones that's organizing and straightening things out, or work that you have to do, whether it's in the home or out of the home. I see it like giving you some kind of energy where you're speeding up a little bit. You're getting through things quickly. Again, it comes up. Some of you are going to be talking to a lot of people, talking to a lot of people. But again, remember, I said some of you air signs are going to be aggravated by having to deal with a lot of people. I feel that applies to those of you that ties in together. Those two messages join in together. Some of you are going to be on high alert. You're going to be a high alert about like, what's going on in the world? What are people saying? What are people doing? And I see you psyched about something. You may be looking forward to some kind of event or something coming up. That's important because I get the psyched up energy. I'm going to give you a little warning here, air signs. People will be pushing your buttons, and they will do it if you let them. So if there is any way you can stay away from the large crowds of people that I pick up coming up here, if you can stay away from that, it would be wise. It might be helpful for you. Not that I want to tell you not to have a good time, but I keep getting air signs getting aggravated by large groups of people or having to deal with large groups of people. And now here it comes up, if you can avoid the large groups of people and stay away from it and bow out and say you can't come or don't attend, it would be wise for you. It would save you a lot of aggravation. So I hope this reading was of help to you. I hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested in getting psychic crystal readings for your sign for the months of June and also the psychic crystal readings for the month of July, you can access those videos by clicking on the links below in the Show More section, which is also the description area below this video. And it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for June 2018 psychic crystal readings and July 2018 psychic crystal readings for download and purchase. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, and click on the videos tab, go to the videos page, and it will be they're probably the first two video series listed on the page. However, when you listen to this video, July's videos may not, the crystal readings may not be on my website yet. It takes me a while to get that on there, but you can definitely access them by clicking on the link below this video. So I wish you absolutely amazing blessings and happiness from the energies of this full moon in Capricorn in June 2018. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.